And I say, if I want to learn English, I need to learn Spanish. And because, it's not only speaking, it's writing properly, all the different words that you can use to express your feelings and emotion. So for me, it was like India Maria. Ni de aquí ni de allá, not from here, not from there, right? And always with that feeling of wanting to go back. But then when I was over there, I didn't feel like I belonged there either. And it was that constant struggle. But once I started going to a community college, then to Lehman, I have been working at Lehman for the past 20 years. I have communities, right? And now I belong not only to the Bronx, Dominican Republic, right? It's donde yo nací, the Bronx.
Yes, and that is the beauty of, I always say, having an additive approach, right? Not this subtractive manner where you're now taking away instead of adding to your richness. So this is a good thing. Now, when I think back at everything that you're sharing, and I think about, your academic journey, it becomes not only impressive, but actually intentional, right? Because you're sharing how you figured, oh my goodness, I have to build my vocabulary, I have to improve, I have to build my communication, my own language skills, and Spanish, right? Like you recognized that you needed to have that intention in shaping your knowledge base in the language. And I think sometimes people kind of like don't necessarily go there. They don't necessarily acknowledge the vital aspect of having your native language intact before trying to layer a new language. And I think this is a critical point that you expose in your own journey. Now, I'm thinking, what drew you actually to language and literature as a field of study?
Because of that precisely, meaning like I need to enrich my vocabulary. I need to learn about different periods of time in history, about different characters in different novels. I want to be able to have decent conversation with others, right? And in order for me to do that, I need to have a strong connection with the words, right? So Spanish is like my first choice is Spanish because I think I dream in Spanish. English is mostly for work, and I like right now I'm doing this interview, and believe me, like it would be more comfortable for me if I'm speaking Spanish. But thankfully, I'm in a stage that I even recognize that, right? And I honor it, and I don't feel like less, right? Because perhaps I don't have the proper pronunciation. But one thing is like it's never too late to learn, right? And when we went to Inspírame Latina and I heard your presentation, I was like, wow. And this is not marketing for you, but I say I want Lorile, right, to be my coach and help me take my pronunciation and how you place your tongue to play it, with the words to have a lot of them sounds the same, but they're not the same, right? So how you differentiate from one to another. And I want to be confident enough to be in front of an audience and not feel like nervous because I'm not speaking properly. So if you can understand me, I'm gonna find a way, even with body gesture, right? Even if I need to write it down.
I mean, I think you bring up a point that sometimes people want to make it seem as something else, but it's not. I think that working on our communication skills out of that space of wanting to do better, not out of a space of shame, but out of a space of like, I want to improve myself. I really want to work on myself. The same way we go to college, the same way we exercise, the same way we do all these other things that enhance our lives. Communication is one such area that is enhanced by the way we work the communication skills. And I feel like sometimes conversations nowadays have turned into strange conversations where a professional like you would want to work, let's say, on their voice, their diction, their pronunciation skills.